Hello everyone, I am Disha Pamecha and you can call me Didi. In this video, we are going to take up the remaining exercise questions given at the back of your chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. Earlier we had completed 10 questions and I am sure जो strategy मैंने बताई थी आपने उसी तरीके को follow करके अपने सारे questions complete करे थे. आज भी हम क्या करने वाले हैं, जो हमारे बचे हुए 11 to 20 क्वेश्चंस हैं वो हम करने वाले हैं. व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू डू? फटाफट से वीडियो को पॉज करो, अपने कॉपी और पेन लेकर आओ. आई एम गोइंग टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ दिस वीडियो, एंड यू गोइंग टू पॉज द वीडियो, राइट डाउन द आंसर ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन एंड प्ले द वीडियो टू चेक द आंसर. सही है बात? डील पक्की? चलो डन. आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट हियर विद द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हियर इज, why are decomposition reactions called the opposite of combination reactions? Write equation for these reactions. Now, if you remember the fourth part of our first chapter, in that chapter we read about decomposition and we also differentiated between the combination and the decomposition ones, right? बिल्कुल वही का वही आंसर यहाँ पे लिखना है. This question is no different. It is just that the question is a little twisted. We all know that combination and decomposition reactions are opposite. Number one, why? Because combination में क्या हो रहा है? Two or more reactants combine to form one single product. Whereas decomposition में क्या हो रहा है? One single reactant breaks down to give many products. यही हो रहा है. That is why they are opposite. Because combination में combine हो रहे हैं and decomposition में breakdown हो रहे हैं. कॉम्बिनेशन में हमें एक प्रोडक्ट मिलता है, डीकॉम्पोजिशन में हमें बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं. कॉम्बिनेशन में बहुत सारे रिएक्टेंट्स होते हैं, डीकॉम्पोजिशन में एक ही रिएक्टेंट होता है, क्योंकि वही ब्रेकडाउन होकर बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स बनाता है. बात समझ आ रही है? कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन में क्या हो रहा है? कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन में मोस्टली वी सी दैट एनर्जी इज रिलीज. दैट मीन्स दे आर exothermic reaction. Whether you see calcium oxide reacting with water, it forms liquid lime, calcium hydroxide giving out energy. Carbon getting combusted in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide and energy, heat. Understood? Water जब बनता है, hydrogen combines with oxygen, hydrogen combines with oxygen. तो हमारे को क्या मिल रहा है? हाइड्रोजन ऑन कंबाइनिंग विद ऑक्सीजन gives you water and this also gives you out energy. So this is what? Exothermic reaction. Now if you talk about decomposition reactions, तो decomposition reaction में क्या होता है? For example, अगर हम इसी का ही opposite लेते हैं, 2H2O वाटर मॉलिक्यूल को अगर हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं, किससे ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं. सो वी गेट 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ वाटर एंड वी गेट ऑक्सीजन गैस. सो इन decomposition we have to give in energy, whereas in combination we get out energy. तो differences समझ आ गए? So how is combination opposite of decomposition? Here we have, see, decomposition reactions are those in which a compound breaks down to form two or more substances. These reactions require a source of energy to proceed, whereas thus they are the exact opposite of combination reactions, where in combination reactions two or more substances combine to give a new substance with the release of energy. Decomposition में हमने ये reaction लिखा that 2H2O on giving electricity will give you 2H2 and oxygen. बात समझ में आ गई? बात समझ में आ गई? Next, we have combination reaction. वहां पे हमने same reaction लिखा, 2H2 plus oxygen gives you 2H2O plus energy. So what's the difference? In decomposition, we are giving in energy, endothermic reaction, whereas in combination, we are getting out energy. Understood? क्लियर है ये क्वेश्चन? कैसे कॉम्बिनेशन और डिकॉम्पोजिशन ऑपोजिट है एक दूसरे के. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सेज, राइट वन इक्वेशन ईच फॉर डिकॉम्पोजिशन रिएक्शंस वेयर energy is supplied in the form of heat, light and electricity. Okay, हीट की अगर हम बात करते हैं, सो इन हीट decomposition, that is thermolytic decomposition, we can very easily write the decomposition of ferrous sulfate. When we heat ferrous sulfate, we get Fe2O3. What do we get? Fe2O3 plus sulfur dioxide gas plus sulfur trioxide gas. Right? If we balance it, here is how we balance it. So this is what? Decomposition, thermolytic decomposition. If we talk about light, we have 2AgCl, silver chloride, on giving in sunlight breaks down into 2Ag plus Cl2 gas. Right? And then heat, light, and we have electricity. We have electricity. Understood? How do we give electricity? 2H2O on giving electricity breaks down into 2H2 plus oxygen gas. Also, what you can write is, you can write 2Al2O3 on giving electricity breaks down into 4 aluminium and oxygen. How many oxygen are here? 3 twos are 6. So we are just going to write 3. So this reaction, all these reactions are balanced. So when we give heat, ferrous sulfate breaks down into ferric oxide, giving sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide gases. सबसे पहले ये आनी चाहिए. दूसरी लाइट की अगर हम बात करें तो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट फोटोग्राफी, 2AgCl gives you 2Ag plus Cl2 gas, or you can write 2AgBr giving you 2Ag plus Br2. If you talk about electricity, very simple, 2H2O on giving on electricity breaks down into 2H2 plus O2. Understood? Let's check up on the answer. So we have thermal decomposition. 2FeSO4 gives you on heating Fe2O3 plus sulfur dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Decomposition by light, we have 2AgCl giving you 2Ag and Cl2 gas. On decomposition by electricity, we have 2Al2O3, 4Al and 3O2, that is oxygen gas. बात समझ आ रही है या नहीं आ रही है? It is very easy. The questions are directly coming from your text. It is just that जितनी भी आपने reactions पढ़ी हैं text में, उनको आपको repetitively practice करना है and you have to fix them here. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question says, what is the difference between displacement and double displacement reactions? Write equation for these reactions. क्या बनानी है? कॉपी में टेबल बनानी है. एक तरफ क्या लिखना है? डिस्प्लेसमेंट, और दूसरी तरफ क्या लिखना है? व्हाट विल यू राइट ऑन अदर साइड? डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट. व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू राइट? डबल displacement. Now tell me, if we first start with the definition, number one is you're going to write the definition. What is the definition of displacement? Displacement reactions are those reactions where a more reactive element displaces or replaces a lesser reactive element from its compound. Right? ये definition लिखेंगे. डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट में क्या लिखने वाले हैं? डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट में ये लिखने वाले हैं that there is exchange of ions, a reaction where there is exchange of ions between two compounds. So इसका basic concept क्या है? Exchange of ions. क्या है? Exchange of ions. और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? More reactive element, more reactive metal or element also replaces lesser reactive element. Lesser reactive element. Okay, this is the difference. One major difference. Second major difference is that there is only one single displacement happening. Whereas in double displacement, we have two displacements happening. Understood? Now, if we talk about the reactions, if we talk about the displacement reaction, we have three different kinds of reactions. What do we have? We have iron nails dipped into copper sulfate, and we have iron displacing copper, forming FeSO4 and releasing copper, which deposits on the nails. Then we have zinc reacting with copper sulfate, right, and forming zinc sulfate, removing copper, right. Then we have lead reacting with copper chloride, which forms lead chloride plus releasing copper. Understood? So what are these? These are all displacement reactions. These are all displacement reactions. If you talk about the double displacement reaction, you can very simply write the reaction where we mix two transparent aqueous solutions. याद आया? एक्टिविटी भी आपकी कहां पर, कौन सी वाली? Barium chloride. We took aqueous solution of barium chloride, mixed it with sodium sulfate, and then what happened? There was exchange of ions. Chlorine displaced sulfate and sulfate displaced chlorine. Therefore, we got barium sulfate in as a white precipitate in aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So these are the equations that you can support your answer with. So let's check out the answer. In a displacement reaction, a more reactive element replaces a lesser reactive element from a compound. You can say copper sulfate solution reacts with zinc, makes zinc sulfate and copper. And in double displacement reaction, two atoms or a group of atoms switch places to form newer compounds. Sodium sulfate with barium chloride gives you barium sulfate and sodium chloride aqueous solution. Understood? बात समझ में आ गई? डिफरेंसेस डिस्प्लेसमेंट और डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट में कैसे कैसे और क्या क्या लिखने हैं. 3 डिफरेंसेस आपको बताए. सबसे पहली आपकी डेफिनेशन, सेकंड आपके नंबर ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट, थर्ड आपकी रिएक्शन. सो 3 डिफरेंसेस विल गिव यू 3 marks, entire marks, complete marks, full on full. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the next question says, in the refining of silver, the recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution involves displacement by copper metal. Write down the reaction involved. Now what is happening? We have silver nitrate solution, and from the silver nitrate solution we have to extract silver. So बहुत इजीली कर सकते हैं. कैसे कर सकते हैं? डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन से कर सकते हैं. कौन सा मेटल यूज करेंगे? वो मेटल यूज करेंगे जो कि सिल्वर से ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है. यहाँ हमने क्या यूज किया है? दे आर सेइंग दे हैव यूज्ड कॉपर. सो कॉपर ऑन रिएक्टिंग विद AgNO3. नाउ कॉपर बीइंग more reactive than Ag displaces Ag, that is silver, and forms copper nitrate, CuNO3 whole twice, and gives out Ag, right? So here we have how many? We have 2 nitrates, so we have to put 2 here, and there we have to put 2 here. Now the equation is balanced. So how do we write this? We write it as 2AgNO3 plus Cu gives you CuNO3 whole twice plus 2Ag. Understood? Let's move on to the next question. So the next question says, what do you mean by a precipitation reaction? Explain by giving examples. Okay, again coming back to the same activity where we mixed 2 transparent aqueous solutions. One was of barium chloride and another was of sodium sulfate. When we mixed both of the solutions, we observed that there was an insoluble solid forming at the bottom of the test tube, right? And ये जो insoluble solid है, इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? We call this insoluble solid as precipitate. What do we call it? Insoluble solid is known as precipitate. And all those reactions where this insoluble solid known as precipitate is formed are known as precipitation reaction. Precipitation reactions. तो वो सारी reactions जहाँ पे ये insoluble solid एक precipitate बनता है are known as precipitation reaction. Very simple, very quick. Now, a reaction in which an insoluble solid called precipitate is formed is called a precipitation reaction. It's called a precipitation reaction. You can write the same reaction, that is BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gives you BaSO4 plus NaCl. Understood? Also, what you can do is you can write this BaCl2 replace sodium sulfate with aluminum sulfate, and this barium sulfate settle down here as insoluble white precipitate, forming aqueous solution of aluminium chloride. In this reaction, barium sulfate is obtained as precipitate, hence it is precipitation reaction. Understood? लिख लोगे कि precipitation reaction क्या होता है? चलिए, let's move on to the next question. Explain the following in terms of gain or loss of oxygen with 2 examples each. Now, here we have oxidation and we have reduction. So, tell me what is oxidation? सिर्फ हमें oxygen के terms में बताना है. So, whenever we gain oxygen, whenever any element or a compound gains oxygen is known as oxidation. 2 examples कौन कौन से लिखोगे? देखो, कॉपर लिया था हमने चाइना डिश में, एयर में उसको हीट किया था. जब हमने उसको एयर में हीट किया तब हमें क्या मिला? कॉपर ऑक्साइड मिला, which was black in color. Understood? This is one of the oxidation reactions. Now, just go back to your initial stages or the first part of your chapter 1 where we burnt magnesium ribbon in air. And what did we get? We get magnesium. We got magnesium oxide. So, in both the reactions, we are adding oxygen to the metal, and thus the metal is getting oxidized. Now, if we talk about reduction, what do we talk about? Reduction. So, reduction in terms of oxygen is loss of oxygen. What is it? Loss of oxygen. Understood? Now, when we passed hydrogen gas through copper oxide, we realized that this oxygen was stolen by hydrogen, right? And we got our reddish brown copper back. Yes or no? Now, here we see that copper oxide is losing its oxygen to hydrogen. So, loss of oxygen is reduction. Similarly, when we reacted zinc oxide with carbon, coke. So, we saw that zinc lost its oxygen to carbon, right? And it formed carbon monoxide. So, here zinc oxide is losing its oxygen and this is reduced. This is known as a reduced compound. Zinc oxide is reduced. So, both are these examples of reduction. किसके examples है? Reduction के examples है. Let's check up the answer. So, for oxidation, it is gain of oxygen. We have 2 Mg plus O2 giving you 2 MgO. We have 2 CO plus O2 gives you 2 CuO. Mg is oxidized in the first reaction to MgO. In the second reaction, Cu is oxidized to CuO. If we talk about reduction is the loss of oxygen. It is the loss of oxygen. If you see the examples here, ZNO reacting with coke gives you Zn and carbon monoxide. CuO, when hydrogen gas is passed through CuO loses its oxygen to H2 and gives it H2O. Okay, so in the first reaction, zinc oxide is reduced to zinc, and in the second equation, copper oxide is reduced to copper. Copper oxide is reduced to copper. Understood? बात समझ में आ गई? कौन ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है, कौन रिड्यूस हो रहा है, right? Let's move on to the next question. A shiny brown colored element X on heating in air, कुछ याद आ रहा है, becomes black in color. अभी हमने ऑक्सीडेशन पढ़ा है. Name the element X and the black colored compound formed. So here this X is copper, because in a china dish we had taken a shiny brown element, that's copper powder, and when we had heated it in air, it turned black, right? What's the reaction? Copper on reacting with oxygen, when heated, becomes copper oxide, right? This is the reaction or not, right? Now name the element X and the black colored compound formed. X is Cu and the black colored compound is copper oxide. Let's check the answer. X is copper and black colored compound formed is copper oxide. Okay, now let's see the reaction. What's the reaction? 2Cu plus O2 gives you 2CuO. So the equation of the reaction involved is this one, that is when copper is heated in presence of oxygen, we get black colored copper oxide. Understood? Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is asking, why do we apply paint on iron articles, right? Why do you apply paint on iron articles? For example, if you have one iron article, right? Now this iron article is painted, right? This iron article is painted. Why is this painted? We have in the environment, we have oxygen, we have moisture, and we have chemicals, right? When any of these reacts with the metal or iron which is exposed to them, it starts getting corroded. क्या हो जाता है? Corrosion होने लगता है. क्या होने लगता है? The metal gets damaged or oxidized. So to prevent this corrosion, what are we doing? We are painting the article. What are we doing? We are painting the article. Paint करने से क्या होगा? Paint करने से इन सभी का जो exposure है, हम क्या करेंगे? उसको prevent करेंगे exposure को, जिससे कि our metal iron will not get oxidized and will not get damaged. So what are you going to write? You're going to say iron articles are painted because it prevents them from rusting. When painted, the contact of iron articles from moisture and air is cut off. Hence, rusting is prevented, as presence of moisture and air is essential for rusting to take place. Understood? So corrosion of iron क्या हुआ? Iron को अगर हम air से, oxygen से, moisture से अगर हम prevent करते हैं, तो हम क्या prevent करते हैं? We prevent corrosion of iron, that is rusting. Understood? हमने इसको क्या किया? हम इसको paint कर सकते हैं. We can even oil it, we can grease it, and we can also galvanize it. So आपका ये जो question है, that why do we apply paint, it can also be said that why do you oil or why do you grease or why do you galvanize iron objects or articles. Understood? The simple answer is to prevent corrosion of iron, that is rusting. बात समझ में आ गई? कैसे prevent कर रहे हैं? We are cutting the contact of oxygen, moisture and any kind of chemical or acid from the iron article. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the next question here we have is, oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? Chips का पैकेट खरीदा है. Whenever you buy a chips packet, it is inflated. वो बैग फूला हुआ होता है. When you open it, you feel a flush of air coming out of it. कौन सी air है वो? That air is nitrogen. Which air is that? That is nitrogen. क्यों nitrogen से fill किया जाता है? Because nitrogen is an inert gas. And this inert gas will not react with, किससे react नहीं करेगी? आपके चिप्स में जो भी ऑयल है या फैट है उनके साथ में रिएक्ट नहीं करेगी और किसी और को करने भी नहीं देगी. एंड इट विल कीप योर चिप्स फ्रेश एंड क्रिस्पी. उसमें जो आपका ऑयल है और जो आपके फैट्स हैं दे विल नॉट बी ऑक्सीडाइज एंड इट विल प्रिवेंट रैंसिडिटी. इट विल प्रिवेंट रैंसिडिटी. पढ़ा था ना ये हमने लास्ट पार्ट में, corrosion and rancidity. Yes. So how are you going to write the answer? You're going to say nitrogen is an inert gas which does not easily react with these substances. On the other hand, oxygen reacts with food substances and makes them rancid. Makes them rancid. So if we have to prevent rancidity, we have to flush the oil and fat containing food items so that it cuts their exposure from or it cuts their exposure to oxygen. Understood? So thus bags used in packing food items are flushed with nitrogen gas to remove oxygen inside the pack. When oxygen is not present inside the pack, rancidity of oil and fat containing food items is avoided. Understood? बात समझ में आई कि क्यों आप जो चिप्स के पैकेट लेते हो वो फूले हुए होते हैं? क्योंकि उसमें नाइट्रोजन गैस होती है. क्या होती है? नाइट्रोजन गैस होती है. Understood? Let's move on to the next question. Explain the following terms with one example each. क्या होता है corrosion? Corrosion is basically damage of metal articles. किससे हो रहा है? Corrosive agent से. कौन से हैं corrosive agents? What are the corrosive agents? What are the corrosive agents? They are oxygen, they are moisture, and they can be chemicals. Right? इनसे क्या होता है? हमारा मेटल डैमेज हो सकता है, ऑक्सीडाइज हो सकता है, and it can break down. So therefore, we have to prevent corrosion. Now, corrosion के example हम किस किस के ले सकते हैं? Corrosion of iron, that means rusting. We have blackening of silver. वो भी क्या है? That's a corrosion. And what do we have? We have corrosion of copper. We have corrosion of copper. Right? If we talk about rancidity, what is rancidity? Whenever we have food substances which have oil and fats in them, if they are kept open in air, so जो ऑक्सीजन है एयर में वो उस ऑयल और फैट से रिएक्ट करती है, उनको ऑक्सीडाइज करती है और उनको रैंसिड बना देती है. उनका टेस्ट, स्मेल दोनों ही ऑल्टर हो जाते हैं एंड दिस इज नोन एज रैंसिडिटी. दिस इज नोन एज रैंसिडिटी. अगर हम एग्जाम्पल लें तो अगर हम चिप्स को कुछ दिन बाहर रख देंगे उनका टेस्ट और स्मेल ऑल्टर हो जाएगा, दैट इज रैंसिडिटी. अगर हम बटर को बाहर रख देते हैं कुछ दिन, सो इट्स टेस्ट एंड स्मेल चेंजेस, दैट इज नोन एज rancidity. So if we talk about corrosion, corrosion is defined as a process where materials, usually metals, deteriorate, get damaged, oxidize as the result of chemical reaction with air, moisture and chemicals. If we talk about examples, we have rusting of iron, corrosion of copper and blackening of silver. If we talk of rancidity on the other hand, we have the process of oxidation of fats and oils that can be easily noticed by the change in taste and smell is known as rancidity. For example, taste and smell of butter changes when kept for long. Understood? तो अगर हमारे को rancidity से बचाना है तो हमें क्या करना है? Refrigeration, we have to put antioxidants, and we have to add nitrogen, and we have to keep the food in airtight container. अगर हमारे को corrosion से avoid करना है, so we have to paint the iron articles or the metal articles, oil them, grease them, galvanize them. Understood? Right? So I hope all the questions that we covered in this part are clear to you, right? If they're not, you can refer back to the part where we have covered that topic. So now we have completed all the back exercise questions of chapter first, and now Didi will see you on the other side. Till then, bye-bye.